Welcome to this special video. May the 29th was my birthday and my wife presented me with this rather amazing locomotive. Aberdeen Commonwealth, another air-smoothed merchant navy class by Hornby, one of their new builds. This time it did have a problem on opening, a bent tender to loco link, meaning that the rear tender wheels sat well above the track. I soon had it straightened out, and so far nothing else has been found to be wrong. Looking at the models firstly, it's not just the mechanism and finish that Hornby have right this time. The detail add-ons actually fit and are well made, and at long last those god-awful front buffer steps have been properly engineered and now fit under the buffer shank and onto a small lug. Thank goodness. The cylinder drain cocks, normally a dreadful thing to fit, press into the cylinders and don't need glue. They also join up with a pipe under the smoke box. As usual, they're always going to be a bit of a compromise with sharp curves, but they also come with a front support rod that fits behind the buffers. Again, no glue is needed. The front and rear pipes also fit. The loco is presented in wartime black livery, as indeed they did appear during World War II. This one in June 1942, so 79 years ago, give or take a day or so. Numbered 21C7, Bulleid had adopted the European style of loco numbering. The trailing axles are listed first, so we have 2 front axles and 1 rear trailing axle. Then C for the 6 couple drivers. If you think about it, the C lasted into diesel days. Somehow Bulleid persuaded the wartime railways executive that his new design of loco was utility by design and could haul both freight and express passenger. And so they emerged from Eastleigh in 1941, with Channel Packet 21C1 being the first. The names come from shipping companies that were connected with Southampton docks. The locos were indeed capable of mixed traffic duties, but surely every part of them was an express thoroughbred. But as Bulleid said, this meant they could pull up to 16 coaches and therefore reduce wartime costs. They were very much more powerful than existing locos, with 37,000 pounds of tractive effort at 80% steam and super high pressure boiler at 280 pounds per square inch. They were air smoothed, not streamlined, but undoubtedly Bulleid drew much from his time as Gresley's chief assistant on the LNER, where they had worked on the P2 and famous A4s. Innovation was Bulleid's main driving force. Nothing like them had been seen before. They came with the now familiar Firth Brown wheels, not box pot as some incorrectly say. These were a different design by Oliver Bulleid and developed by the steel company Firth Brown of Sheffield. They were lighter and far more reliable than spoked wheels and reduced the hammer blow to the rails by more evenly distributing the loco's weight. This loco took part in the smoke clearance trials before 1944, the original smoke deflector design proving to be most unsatisfactory due to smoke clinging to the loco sides at speed, blocking the driver's view. So in May 1947 she was fitted with standard deflectors, as we see here now on 35024 East Asiatic Company. The merchant navy class had by now evolved again. 35024 had been built after the war in November 1948 and displays the modifications that 21C7 or 35007 would also have undergone. The cabs had been changed. The cabs on these locos were very popular with the crews, plenty of space for the work needed, electrically lit, and by most standards for a steam locomotive, very comfortable. She was painted in this early BR blue from March 1949 until May 1951, and I have to say I think she looks stunning in it. Withdrawn in January 1965 with over 800,000 miles on the clock. 35007 by contrast had nearly 1.4 million miles on the clock, but then she was 6 years older. Of course, the elephant in the room is that both these locomotives would be rebuilt in 1958 and 1959 respectively, and this produced a very handsome and successful locomotive indeed. Here is 35030 Elder Dempster Lines in rebuilt condition. She was also the last Merchant Navy class built, and that was in April 1949. The rebuilds came about as some of Bulleid's innovations did not work out too well, not because they were bad, but because maybe construction technology was not able to cope with the exacting standards required. For example, on the Air Smooth locos, Bulleid had the whole of the valve gear submerged in a sealed oil bath with chain-driven valves no less. These oil baths leaked at the seams as the welds failed and allowed the loco's cladding to take up the oil, which would catch fire. Of course, the valve gear would also run dry and fail. More commonly, the oil would get onto the rails, causing the slipping the class were famous for. Maintenance teams also did not like the Air Smooth panels, and it made servicing even the most minor component hard going. Eleven Merchant Navy class locos have been preserved. Maybe you've seen some of these hugely impressive locos in action. A masterpiece of steam engineering without any doubt. Yes, they had their issues, but that can't take away from the magnificence of the locomotives. Take care now.